Reaching the age of 60 is not merely about growing older, it marks a profound shift in how we view life, relationships, and even ourselves. With the wisdom accumulated over the years, this milestone offers an opportunity to reassess what truly matters. It's a time for many to embrace freedom from societal expectations, self imposed pressures, and habits that no longer serve us. Quitting certain things isn't about giving up, it's about creating more space for joy, peace, and purpose. By letting go of burdens and embracing new perspectives, we open ourselves to a richer, more meaningful life. Here are 15 transformative shifts to consider after turning 60. 1. Chasing perfection. In our younger years, perfection often feels like the gold standard we should strive for, whether it's in our careers, family lives, or personal achievements. But after 60, the pursuit of perfection starts to feel more like an unnecessary weight than a worthwhile goal. The deeper truth many come to realize is that perfection is an illusion. The constant effort to appear flawless, achieve flawless outcomes, or maintain a flawless home or lifestyle only detracts from life's authenticity. Perfectionism creates anxiety, fosters self-doubt, and, most damagingly, it keeps us from being fully present in the moment. One of the great lessons of aging is that life is beautiful in its imperfection. Mistakes, flaws, and detours often lead to growth, learning, and unexpected joys. By relinquishing the need for perfection, you free yourself to experience life as it is. Messy, unpredictable, but deeply fulfilling. This newfound peace brings a sense of liberation, where acceptance of your imperfections becomes an act of self-love. Rather than aiming for an unattainable standard, you begin to focus on what genuinely matters. Kindness over correctness, effort over outcome, and presence over performance. This shift leads to a life filled with more joy and fewer burdens. 2. Toxic relationships. As you age, the importance of meaningful connections becomes clearer than ever. In your earlier years, you may have tolerated relationships that were draining, hoping they might improve or out of a sense of obligation. But after 60, many realize that time is too precious to spend with people who bring negativity, criticism, or drama into their lives. Toxic relationships come in many forms. They might involve someone who constantly criticizes, manipulates, or undermines you. Or perhaps it's a relationship where you always give but never receive. By the time you've reached 60, you've learned that maintaining these kinds of relationships only diminishes your well-being. Letting go of such relationships is not about holding a grudge or being unforgiving. It's about valuing your mental, emotional, and even physical health. When you quit toxic relationships, you open up room for healthier, more supportive connections. This can be a time of rediscovery, of finding people who truly uplift you, respect your boundaries, and offer genuine companionship. Surrounding yourself with positive, affirming individuals is one of the most empowering choices you can make at this stage of life. 3. Worrying about what others think. One of the greatest freedoms that comes with age is the ability to stop worrying about the opinions of others. For decades, many of us spend countless hours and energy shaping our lives around what others might think, whether it's about our appearance, lifestyle, career choices, or even how we raise our children. This constant concern can feel like a prison, limiting your ability to be fully authentic. But after 60, you may realize that the opinions of others are just that, opinions. They are fleeting, subjective, and rarely based on a full understanding of who you are and what you've experienced. What's more, you begin to see that people's judgments often reflect more about their insecurities than any truth about you. By letting go of the need for external validation, you gain the freedom to live in alignment with your own values and desires. This doesn't mean you stop caring altogether. Rather, it means you're no longer driven by the need to please everyone. Your decisions are guided by what feels right to you, rather than what you think will earn approval. This shift allows you to live with greater authenticity and peace, embracing a life that reflects your true self, free from the constraints of others' expectations. 4. Overworking. For many people, work has been a central part of their identity for decades. Career achievements, financial goals, and professional status can dominate much of adult life. But after 60, there's often a reevaluation of how much of yourself you've given to work. Many find that the sacrifices made in the name of career success, whether it's time with family, health, or personal passions, no longer seem as worthwhile. Quitting the habit of overworking doesn't mean abandoning responsibility or ambition. It's about redefining what success looks like in this new phase. Perhaps success now means having more time for hobbies, travel, or spending quality time with loved ones. For others, it may mean transitioning to a less demanding role or volunteering in ways that feel more meaningful than chasing career advancement. There's also a deeper acknowledgement that life is about more than productivity. The years ahead offer an opportunity to savor the fruits of your labor, to rest, and to invest time in activities that nurture your spirit. By quitting the habit of overworking, you reclaim time for yourself, time to rest, explore, and rediscover passions that may have been left on the back burner during your working years. 5. Fear of saying no. In earlier stages of life, many people struggle with saying no, often out of a sense of duty or a fear of disappointing others. We say yes to obligations, events, or tasks that we don't truly have the time or energy for, leading to stress and burnout. However, as you age, there's a profound realization that your time and energy are precious and must be protected. Saying no becomes less about rejecting others and more about honoring your own limits. It's an act of self respect, recognizing that your well being takes priority over external obligations. This doesn't mean abandoning your responsibilities or relationships, but rather setting healthy boundaries that allow you to live more peacefully and authentically. After 60, you learn to value the importance of protecting your energy, saying no to things that drain you, whether it's social commitments, volunteer obligations, or favors you don't have the bandwidth for, becomes easier because you understand the cost of overextending yourself. By quitting the fear of saying no, you open the door to more intentional living, where your time is spent on activities and with people who truly enrich your life. 6. Unhealthy habits. As we get older, the consequences of long-standing unhealthy habits become more evident. Poor diet, lack of exercise, smoking, or excessive drinking take a toll on your body and mind, making it harder to enjoy life fully. After 60, many people find themselves rethinking these habits, motivated not by fear, but by a desire for longevity, vitality, and a higher quality of life. This stage of life isn't about drastic, all or nothing changes. Rather, it's about making small, consistent choices that support your well being. Whether it's eating more nutritious meals, engaging in gentle exercise, quitting smoking, or reducing alcohol consumption, these shifts contribute to not only a longer life, but a more enjoyable one. It's also important to recognize the role of mental and emotional health. Stress, negative thinking, and constant worry are unhealthy habits in their own right. After 60, many people become more intentional about cultivating a positive mindset, perhaps through mindfulness, meditation, or simply spending time doing things that bring joy and peace. By quitting unhealthy habits, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years, ensuring that the time ahead is filled with vitality, strength, and happiness. 7. Procrastination. Time feels more precious as we grow older, and with this comes a deeper understanding that life is too short to procrastinate on the things that matter most. Whether it's dreams deferred, experiences you've always wanted to pursue, or simple joys you've put off, the later years of life are a time to seize the moment. Procrastination is often rooted in fear, fear of failure, fear of change, or fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. But after 60, many people experience a powerful shift in perspective. There's a realization that waiting for the perfect time or circumstances
often leads to missed opportunities. The time to live is now, and there's immense freedom in quitting the habit of putting things off, whether it's finally taking that long-awaited trip, pursuing a new hobby, reconnecting with old friends, or starting a passion project. The years ahead offer a unique chance to live fully and intentionally. By quitting procrastination, you give yourself permission to embrace the present and make the most of every moment. 8. Uncomfortable clothing and chasing fashion trends.
Fashion has long been seen as a form of self expression, but as you age, comfort often becomes just as important as style. After 60, many people find that the days of wearing uncomfortable, restrictive clothing to keep up with trends are behind them. Instead, the focus shifts towards wearing clothes that feel good, pieces that reflect your personal style, but also allow you to move comfortably through the day. This is not about giving up on looking your best. It's about defining beauty and style on your own terms. Letting go of societal expectations around how you should dress opens the door to more freedom and creativity. You might find joy in wearing colors, fabrics, or styles that you love, regardless of what's trending. The goal is to feel good in your own skin, to prioritize ease, and to let go of the discomfort that comes from conforming to external standards. Moreover, by quitting the need to chase fashion trends, you free yourself from the pressure of keeping up with a constantly changing industry. This allows you to cultivate a wardrobe that reflects who you are rather than what's currently in style. Comfort, confidence, and personal expression become the new markers of beauty in this stage of life. 9. Comparing yourself to others. Comparison is often called the thief of joy, and this is especially true as we age. Whether it's comparing your career success, financial situation, health, or even your appearance to others, it's easy to fall into the trap of feeling inadequate or dissatisfied. But one of the greatest gifts of aging is the ability to let go of comparison and embrace your own unique journey. After 60, many people begin to recognize that everyone's path is different and that there's no one right way to live a fulfilling life. The achievements of others do not diminish your own, and your value is not dependent on how you measure up to someone else. Letting go of the need to compare allows you to focus on what's truly important: your own happiness, health, and personal growth. This shift in perspective brings a deep sense of peace. By quitting the habit of comparing yourself to others, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open the door to greater self-acceptance. You learn to appreciate your life for what it is, uniquely yours, with all its joys and challenges. 10. Holding grudges. One of the most liberating aspects of growing older is the ability to let go of past hurts. Holding on to grudges can feel like protecting yourself from being hurt again, but in reality, it only weighs you down. After 60, many people come to realize that life is too short to carry the burden of resentment and anger. Forgiveness is not about condoning bad behavior or pretending that hurt didn't happen. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional weight of the past. By letting go of grudges, you allow yourself to heal and move forward with a lighter heart. Forgiveness is an act of self-care, and it opens the door to peace, contentment, and emotional freedom. As you let go of old resentments, you make space for new, healthier relationships to grow. You may even find that forgiveness extends to yourself. Letting go of the mistakes and regrets that have weighed heavily on your heart. This is a time to embrace compassion both for yourself and others, and to move forward with grace and acceptance. 11. Neglecting self-care. In the hustle of earlier decades, between building a career, raising a family, and managing countless other responsibilities, self-care often falls by the wayside. But after 60, there's a growing awareness that caring for yourself is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. Your physical, emotional, and mental health are essential to living a vibrant, fulfilling life in your later years. Self-care looks different for everyone. For some, it may involve daily walks, yoga, or strength training to keep the body strong and flexible. For others, it might mean prioritizing mental health through meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature. Emotional self care might involve nurturing relationships that bring joy and practicing gratitude for the life you've built. Quitting the habit of neglecting self care is about more than just pampering yourself. It's about building habits that support long term well being. It's about recognizing that you deserve to invest in yourself, to prioritize your needs, and to create space for rest and renewal.
12. Staying busy for the sake of being busy.
In our younger years, many of us wear busyness as a badge of honor. There's a cultural pressure to always be doing something, whether it's working, socializing, or achieving. But after 60, the need to stay busy for the sake of being busy often fades. Instead, there's a newfound appreciation for stillness, reflection, and the simple pleasures of life. Quitting the habit of glorifying busyness allows you to slow down and savor the present moment. It gives you permission to rest without feeling guilty, to enjoy leisurely days, and to prioritize peace over productivity. This doesn't mean giving up on goals or ambitions. It simply means redefining success in a way that includes rest, joy, and balance. Many people find that this shift in mindset brings a deeper sense of fulfillment. By letting go of the need to constantly be busy, you create space for meaningful experiences, deeper connections, and a more peaceful, centered life. 13. Chasing trends. From fashion to technology, trends come and go, and keeping up with them can be exhausting and expensive. After 60, many people let go of the pressure to stay on top of every new trend, recognizing that true contentment comes from within, not from what's popular at the moment. This isn't about rejecting new experiences or being resistant to change. It's about discerning which trends truly add value to your life and which don't. You might find that some innovations enhance your quality of life, while others feel unnecessary or distracting. By quitting the habit of chasing trends, you free yourself from the cycle of constant consumption and focus on what genuinely brings you joy and fulfillment. 14. People pleasing. For much of life, many of us are taught to put others' needs before our own, to be agreeable, accommodating, and self-sacrificing. While there's value in being kind and considerate, chronic people pleasing often leads to resentment, burnout, and a loss of self. By the time you reach 60, there's a growing recognition that it's impossible to please everyone, and that doing so often comes at the cost of your own happiness. Quitting people pleasing is not about becoming selfish or indifferent. It's about learning to prioritize your own well being and make decisions based on what's right for you rather than what will make others happy. This shift allows you to live more authentically, honoring your own needs and desires without feeling guilty. As you let go of the need to please everyone, you may find that your relationships become healthier and more honest. By being true to yourself, you attract people who appreciate and respect you for who you are rather than who you try to be. 15. Neglecting personal passions. As work and family obligations take center stage in earlier decades, many of us put our personal passions on the back burner. Whether it's a hobby, creative pursuit, or lifelong dream, these passions often get neglected in favor of more pressing responsibilities. But after 60, there's an opportunity to reconnect with the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. This is a time to rediscover the activities that ignite your spirit, whether it's painting, gardening, writing, music, or something entirely new. Quitting the habit of neglecting your passions allows you to engage with life more fully, expressing your creativity and curiosity in ways that bring deep satisfaction. Pursuing your passions isn't about achieving something grand or noteworthy. It's about doing something that makes you feel alive and fulfilled, whether it's spending time in nature, learning a new language, or diving into a creative project. This is your time to indulge in what brings you joy. Conclusion: embracing a fuller, freer life after 60. At 60 and beyond, life is less about striving and more about savoring. It's about letting go of the burdens, habits, and mindsets that no longer serve you, and embracing the freedom to live authentically and fully. By quitting these 15 things, You create space for what truly matters: joy, peace, connection, and personal fulfillment. This is your time to live with intention, to pursue what brings you happiness, and to embrace the years ahead with an open heart. The journey continues, and it's one filled with the possibility for growth, joy, and discovery. Embrace it. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment one. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.